I've been in various different departments since I started my apprenticeship, working my way around different sectors of our manufacturing plants. So I started in our technical central workshops, which covered our entire site, and then went on to work in our Polo Mint department, another famous brand, and then I now work in our Kit Kat plants, which is our main sort of bread and butter of our factory. I first heard about our apprenticeship from my college that I went to when I was studying A-levels. The college had real good links with Nestlé, supporting A-level students, writing reports on Nestlé as a factory, on engineers who work at the factory, and sort of building a real good relationship. And on one instance, when an engineer came in from the factory, he mentioned the apprenticeship scheme, which sounded fantastic after he described it to me, and that's kind of how I got into wanting to get an apprenticeship. Essentially, you know, from then on, I knew this is a fantastic route into industry, and I thought this is where I want to go. Always had an interest in engineering from a young age. I've kind of taken a lot of interest from my granddad, who was an electronics communications engineer in the RAF, and so we did projects together, and we built things from scratch, kind of hacked devices and sort of made them better, really. And it was from then on at such a young age that I just thought, yeah, this is a fantastic route. And I had a passion for it right from the very start. When I started at my college, there was some fantastic engineers currently working there who had experience in industry before and wanted to kind of pass on that knowledge. But they were all of a certain sort of age that they were going into more semi-retirement, and they wanted to try and pass on that knowledge. But they were a great influence in sort of introducing engineering to me, and how it, well, yeah, they really did introduce engineering from a wide range of electronics and mechanical engineering, and that's kind of how I wanted to go into a more manufacturing sort of maintenance side of engineering. The biggest sort of challenge was essentially getting the apprenticeship in the first place. It was a real challenge. I was up against a lot of very good competition, and the apprenticeship itself is quite a lucrative one. We have young people coming from a vast area that wanted to get on board with this well-known brand and get a solid career working for such a good company that sets you up so well for working in engineering, for working in the food industry, and it's that was definitely the hardest challenge that I encountered. But I was so lucky to actually get the apprenticeship, and I'm so pleased that I'm actually where I am. Oh, this event is extremely fantastic. I mean, when I found out about the fact that my project that I'd worked on in Nestlé had been recognised by the Polo engineers in such a fantastic way, it was really great to hear. The building itself is a statement alone, saying that it's great that I'm seen as my project has been seen as a I don't know. It's just great that the project has been recognised. The fact that I have the chance to network with some of our major suppliers, such as RS Components, it's really fantastic to see and network and speak with people my own age, our own suppliers, and actually get a broader understanding of electronics and engineering. It's really important that we do inspire the next generation of engineers, because, as I personally know from our own company, there is a large age gap between skills, and it's easily recognised from our company. And in order for UK businesses to keep going in the future, we need to have a fast injection of skills in young people. And in order to do that, it's the sort of responsibility of the UK government to support young people from a young age, starting with schools and getting out there and sort of eliminating this stigma surrounded by apprenticeships and also developing individuals through curriculum-based study that is actually integrated in the curriculum so that it becomes second nature from the start. It's good to see now that we're getting a lot more dedicated technical colleges where it is introduced at a young age that engineering is the career opportunities within engineering and electronics, and as a result of this, working alongside the national curriculum, you kind of build up that engineering knowledge and also the knowledge of where you can actually take these skills into your future career.